This is Pod Populi, podcasts for the people.
Welcome to the Ultimate 180 podcast for hardworking people like you who are ready to break free from exhaustion and create a life that actually feels good. If you're tired of spinning your wheels and want a simpler, gentler way to change your life without all the stress, fear, and guilt, without adding more to your already overwhelming schedule, and without giving up everything you've already built, then you're in the right place. Do you ever feel like there's just never enough time? Like, no matter how early you wake up, how many systems you put in place, or how much you check off that list, you're still racing against the clock? Well, here's the truth. Most people don't realize that they're actually enslaved by time. They're trapped in a cycle of pressure, urgency, and hustle, constantly measuring their worth by how productive or efficient they are. I'm your host, Christina Walker, and in today's episode, we are going to challenge the way you see time. Because what if time isn't something you have to chase, but something you can actually reclaim? We'll talk about the mental patterns that keep you stuck in time scarcity, the hidden beliefs that quietly run your schedule, and most importantly, how to break free and redefine success in your own terms. This isn't just about time management. This is about time freedom. And your freedom starts now. So before we dive in, I just got a quick little favor to ask. If this episode sparks anything inside you, just a little hope, inspiration, or a nudge to think a little differently, just please take a split second to hit that follow button. Why? Because every time you do, you're not only making sure that you never miss an episode, but you're also helping someone else who might need to hear this message too. And if something really hits home today, don't keep it to yourself. Screenshot this episode, share it on social, and tag me with your biggest takeaway. I absolutely love seeing your insights. And who knows, you might even be my next featured Ultimate 180 story. Oh, and if you are ready to dive deeper, go grab my Stop Working So Hard workbook. It's my free gift to you to take and whatever we're learning here, and it helps you start making real moves in your life. And be sure to join that VIP community where we take these conversations to a whole nother level. You don't have to do this alone because I've got you. All the links are in the show description. So let's get started as we navigate change together, 1 degree at a time. Let's do this. Time is the one thing we all say we don't have enough of. But what if the real issue isn't time itself, but the way we think about it? What if the constant race against the clock is actually just a mindset, one that we can choose to step out of? So today we're going to uncover how to break free from the pressure, the hustle, and the feeling that you're always behind and step into a more present, powerful, and exciting way of living. Oh boy, that feeling of I'm behind, I'm behind. It's torturous, isn't it? It really is. So, are you a slave to time or are you the master of it? I'm gonna guess if you're sitting here with me, you're probably not the master of it either. And I'm not sure I'm gonna say I'm the master of it, but I have figured some things out. And I know how to master it. It's just a matter of reminding myself to do it. So all the things that I always tell you, I mean, I'd love to tell you that I have perfection on all of these things. But the reason I know so much about it is because of all the times that I forgot and didn't make it happen. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I know better. I know better. So sometimes you have to go listen to these things multiple times to just keep remembering what to do next. So most people just unconsciously treat time like a taskmaster, right? We're rushing, we're measuring, and we're never really feeling like there's enough time because we feel like time is mastering us. right? We are up against the clock. We are supposed to be successful. We're supposed to do this by this time in life. We're supposed to have this. We're supposed to do that. We're supposed to be here. And all of that, and it has not helped that we are a social media, Amazon Prime kind of nation. I love me some Amazon Prime, but I'm telling you, those types of things in our world it's made this situation where we feel like we are up against the clock all the time. Like I have to have this business that's successful in 90 days. And I mean, I just think of all the things I see on social media, how it's all about, oh, and oh my gosh, you're supposed to lose weight and look sexy in 8 weeks? What? I mean, if you ask any sort of professional in that field, they're like, that is not possible. Unless you already have like a base of muscle and you've just gained a little bit of fat, none of that's possible. And so most of the things that we hear are so unrealistic. It's amazing. But we take this in this rushed feeling of life, like we have to do this now. Our kid has to know, how to read by a certain age and this and that. And it's like, we all have our own time in this world, right? Time is not this construct of, okay, everybody's got to be up against that clock. And I can't wait to share with you how to change this because it is really powerful. So I challenge you to recognize a deeper belief. This, I don't have enough time, is actually a code for I'm not enough unless I'm achieving something. I'm going to say that again. If you can recognize that when you hear yourself say, I don't have enough time or I'm behind, that is code to you to recognize that. And it's saying, you're saying, actually saying to yourself, I'm not enough unless I'm achieving something. Wow. Because the reality is that time is not our enemy. It's how we relate to it that determines our freedom of time. So I was raised to think that you had to be productive. Like your day had to start, you had to get up, and you had to be productive. And those people that weren't like that were lazy. And they were not going to have a lazy child. Now, this isn't, I didn't have parents that were like, like that, but it was the feeling, right? It was the feeling in the house. Like you have to be doing something. You have to be exploring. You have to. So vacations, oh my, vacations were all about, seeing historical places and this and this, and you were go, go, go from the time you woke up till the time you went to bed. So when I got into my late 20s and I had my executive career full force, I got to my vacations and I used to get sick every time. And I was so mad at myself, like, oh my gosh, can't believe it. It's my one time to have a vacation. I'm talking about extra pressure for nothing, right? That's not helpful. But it's because my life was expectations being productive, da 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 da. So as I got into my later 30s, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Actually, I probably was like 30 when I was like, wait, no, my vacations, I want to kind of be doing nothing. So I kind of went the opposite way because I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make me lazy. I work so hard. I get to have time to do absolutely nothing, and people serve me drinks by a pool or a beach. Like that is actually okay. I don't need to explore the world and every crevice of it on every vacation, right? There are different kinds of vacations. So I started to question my mindset on time and give myself a little bit of perspective of, wait a minute, but my career, I was not giving myself any leeway on that whole productivity thing. So because of that, it was so challenging for me to understand how I ever had any time to do all the fun things because my fun things in life might not be seem to be productive in anybody else's mind. And it took me a long time to give myself permission to do some of those things first. And again, these things might not seem productive to other people, but they made those times when I should be productive all that much better. Like I was super productive in a shorter period of time because I had changed my entire perspective of what time actually meant. And that is so huge. My life is so less exhausting. It's more productive and way more fun. Way more fun. There's things that I do, I get excited about my work now instead of like, oh God, I gotta go see 5 clients today. And it's not about the meetings that I have, how many, how few. It's what I'm doing is has completely changed because of my mindset on time. So let me share with you the number one time expander. And this is real. And first, I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to share with you some examples. And stick with me because you might think this is something, oh, it's been said before so many times, but I don't think it's said in this way. And it gets very confusing for people. But we're going to talk about being present. And it's it's a little bit of an abused subject right now because I don't think people really understand the power of being present. And when you're present, time slows down. Amazing. And you're thinking to myself, you're crazy. No. No, but actually what it does, it expands our experience even in our head because in our brain is processing what we think is time, right? And I know you've had experiences. Just think of standing at the DMV, right? And oh my God, waiting in line feels like forever. Even if it's a minute, 15 minutes, half hour, whatever you have to do. When you're standing there to get that new photo taken, to get that new license that we all have to have, right? It feels like forever. And it's not fun, but you are present. So you can be present having fun, you can be present not having fun. That is a choice. And sometimes it's just stuff you got to do. But there are other times where things whisk by, whether they're fun or not. So it has nothing to do with fun. It has to do with being present. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, where'd the time go? Right? And sometimes you're like, you don't even care because you've been having so much fun. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, my time is up. Like that's all I get. Right? And that's because it's the power of being present. So it's like when you're on vacation and you're laying around and you're savoring the moments, right? You're savoring the moments with the people you're with, hopefully the place that you're at, right? Being in nature, watching the ocean, just watching the birds land, watching the people walk by, eating fabulous food and slowing down and being joyful. Now, people think sometimes that being happy is joy. No, joy equals peace. Joy is the feeling, the real feeling of peace. Peace is joyfulness. So it's not happiness. Happiness is an emotion where peace is a state. They're very, very different. And when you are in a state of peace, it's because you're present. You can be present in joy. Then those are the moments where time slows down, right? Because you are fully here. You're fully here in the moment. You're not thinking, okay, I've got to go do this next, and I've got to do, oh yes, you were talking, and I've got to go to here, and oh, I gotta forget, I can't forget to put that on my grocery list, and oh yes, go ahead, no, I'm listening, and right, you're in a meeting, you're typing, you're texting, you're looking at a book, you're looking at I don't know, maybe you're playing a video game. I don't know what you're doing, but if you're scrolling, right? We're usually doing about 5 things at once. That is not being present. And that is why our time like whips by. It whips by because we are so distracted. And it's interesting. Um, Being a parent, it can be a very great example. So I remember, like when my friends and our kids started turning to be teenagers, and I'd hear my friends say things like, "Oh, I just miss when they were little." And I'm remembering them when they were little, and I'm like, "Do you really?" You remember maybe their cuteness when they're being sweet to you, and maybe your teen's not being so sweet to you. Maybe that's what you're missing. But you know, they would say, "Oh my God, I miss those times. They went so fast." Okay, anybody who has had a toddler that you're spending your days, your entire days with your toddler, and you are going from thing to thing, and you are being fully present with your toddler, those days are long. So if you you know what I'm feeling, have you been there? Now, my husband, on the other hand, he wasn't at home during those days. And the time kind of went fast. Like, whoo, wow, can't believe it's your first birthday. Ooh, can't believe it's your fifth birthday. Whoo, right? So, and I have friends that stayed at home with their kids, but they had the same experience. Oh my gosh, time went so fast. And I'm like, no, it didn't. And what my husband said to me, it was interesting. He said, he gave me some perspective on it. He said, you know why you don't ever feel like you've missed a thing in your kid's life? I said, why? He said, because you have this amazing ability to be present. He's like, you are present almost all the time. And I didn't used to be that way. I really wasn't. And I thought, oh, yeah, I made a conscious decision at some point in my life to be present. And it was probably that the day my kid was born was I'm going to be present for this kid no matter what. And it changed my life in the fact of that I show up like that, more often being present than not. And he said that he's like, you don't miss anything. And he goes like, this is why you have such a great memory about things. He's like, because you're always present. Because he always says that his memory is terrible. I need to change that. He's telling himself it's terrible, so it is. Anyways, um, but it's true. It's because I'm present. I don't miss any of those days. In fact, I'm excited what's coming for the future for my family because I've been present all the way along. And it really feels like a long time ago that I had a 3-year-old running around the house. And I don't know that I miss it. And it's really because I lived it every single day. There was nothing to miss. I don't feel like I missed it. And that's not everybody's experience. And that everybody doesn't have that luxury to do that with their kid. But what they do have is the ability to change that and to be more present in life from now moving forward, because that is going to expand your time and you will no longer be a slave to time. So I'm sure the big question is how? How do I get to be present? And there are all sorts of gurus on how to be present. And there's all sorts of complicated ways to get yourself to be present. But I want to share with you one that I really like that I think is kind of funny and it snaps you into the moment. And it's this question: where are my feet? What? It's because it shifts your awareness into this moment. Where are my feet? Well, let's see. My feet right now are standing in my podcast room. In fact, I don't have any socks or shoes on. Okay. Ooh, my feet feel a little bit cold. So my feet are underneath this desk. My feet. Interesting. Where are my feet? In fact, I'm on a cord right now. That's not very comfortable. But I didn't notice it because I'm present with you right now. I wasn't being present with my feet. So it takes you, it's that moment. It just like, where are my feet? So if you feel like you're starting to spin in that, oh my God, I have too much to do, da, 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 that, oh, I just have that feeling of like time is my, I'm a slave to time. Where are my feet? It's one way to start. And when you recognize, oh my God, I'm not being present, just stop, put down the phone, listen, look that person in the eye, listen intently to what they're saying. Listen to what I'm saying for just a moment. Stop the world and everything that's going on and be present for this moment so that you can change your life. Where are your feet? So another thing that you can do, because you heard me say like, what am I feeling, right? There's a technique that's used for anxiety and to stop panic attacks, and it's a similar thing to being present. And they use this one technique that I'm going to share with you real quick. They use this, and it's to get people into the present moment. And it's the five senses. And so if you are having anxiety, if you're feeling like a panic attack's coming on, or you feel like you're spinning out as time is just overwhelming you, it's another thing. It's kind of like, where is my feet? But it takes a little bit longer. It's also a good one. And it's going through your five senses, right? What do I taste right now? What do I hear right now? Right? What do I smell right now? And you take yourself and answer the questions. Take a moment. And if you can do that for 30 seconds for each sense, then it usually stops you from spinning. But to me, that stops you. But then you have to go to the next level of, okay, what do I want to be present for? And I'm going to put everything else down and I'm going to concentrate and keep taking my brain back to that person, that thing, whatever it is. Where's my feet? So, and honestly, it's a great thing at the beginning. Set a timer. Set a timer for your day. Every once an hour, become present, right? Use your calendar for that. I want to make sure I'm present. Am I being present? Commit to X amount of days at the beginning, right? Just say, you know what? I'm going to remind myself at least 3 times today to be present. Just start there. So I want you to understand this one last thing here is milestones versus moments. What are you chasing? Right? That's the reality of why we're chasing time. Are we chasing milestones? Because how often do we live in the pursuit of our future goals? And this is what's going to keep you being in the present for your future. Are we in pursuit of future goals when because we're constantly asking ourselves like, when will I get there? When will I get there? When will I get there? But we're forgetting to ask, am I enjoying the journey? Because that's what's important. And if you're not enjoying it, why aren't you enjoying it? Is it because you're not doing the right things that you want to do in life? Are you not? And you're not even present to recognize them, that you're just not enjoying life. And that's okay. If you're being present and you notice that, that's when you can change things. So pose this, look at, I'm going to pose this question to you. Would you rather have a wildly successful business 5 years from now? Or would you prefer to enjoy every single day of the next 5 years while you're building something meaningful? That's the question. So I hope you start to understand that you can measure your life not just by achievement, but by joy and the peace and the daily alignment with life, the life that you want to live. And I'm going to leave you with one last question. Are you living for the future or are you living fully right now? Because the life you love isn't waiting for you at some magical finish line. It's just not. It all starts with how you live today. Where's your feet? I want to thank you so much for joining me. If this episode spoke to you in any way, just remember to hit that follow button and tag me in social. Give me that biggest takeaway today. If you'd like more information on how to incorporate these tips into your ultimate 180 experience, go grab my free workbook, join my VIP list, and you can always catch all my episodes on ultimate180.com. You can catch them there, and you can catch them on Apple, Spotify, wherever you catch your shows.